powerful business coach, millionaire mentor, a multi-talented serial entrepreneur, Africa's most sought-after sales guru, the boss of sales superstars, internationally acclaimed best-selling author, a public speaker par excellence, life and finance strategist.
My name is Sam Harvard.
We are live. Good evening, everybody. All right, so before we get started, I'd like you to please hit the share button and copy the link to the meeting, and please share with everybody you can. Share it in groups, share it everywhere. If you can hear me, please type 111 in the comments. It's the way I get to know if you can hear me. It's just a feedback thing. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. This is the Business and Finance Prophetic Night 2026. Okay, so we usually add the year that we are talking about on the program. I know we're still in 2025 for those who are watching live, but this is all about 2026. So we are going to be in 2026 in a few hours from now. But those who are watching later, we are already in 2026, or probably outside of 2026 for that matter. This is the 5th edition of this. We have done this since 2021, moving into the new year, and this is the 5th time. And for those who have followed all of the things that I share, you definitely have seen significant change and improvements in your life. And this year is going to be a very critical one. Unlike the other ones we've had, it's going to be a very interesting year. So, this is not a religious event, first of all, but I'm a believer. So, Job 32:11 says there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty gives him understanding. So I function by superior power, a superior intelligence that allows me to know things that are beyond the normal human senses. And these are part of the things that has guided my life, because I have no business wearing this blue suit and standing in front of the camera talking to you right now. But I'm here because there is a spirit in man. And that ability is what we will be speaking through today. I believe that I'm sent to one person, and I do not know who exactly it is yet, but when I start to talk, you will know you are the one I'm talking about. And this one person could be a lot of people, but just pay attention. All right, this is going to be a short class. It's not a long one, because I don't have a lot to say, although I'm going to lay a foundation before we start to talk about 2026, which is very important. You pay attention to the foundations that I'm going to lay. I'm using all of this introduction to allow you invite people. If I want to do like some pastors, they'll say, for the number of time you share this, that's the number of miracles you're going to get. Share it 200 times, put it in groups, put it on your status everywhere. Let people get to know about this. This is very important. Now, why Business and Finance Prophetic Night is because everything we do on this earth, we need money, all right, for us to be able to do them and to do them well. So ability to attract a lot of money to your life means you have ability to do everything you decide or desire to do. Whatever assignment you have in life, the more money you have, the easier that assignment is going to be. All right. So that's what is very important. I'd like you to pay attention to. Okay. It's very important. Pay attention to it. So that is why we're doing this, because it affects every other area of our lives. So it's important that we get it right. And then you can't build wealth without business. Even if you invest, your investment is still going to do business before it can really bring any significant return your way. And the fastest way to compound money is to put it into business, because the best money multiplier, as a matter of fact. So business is still going to be the foundation of everything that you're doing when it comes to wealth creation. So today we will focus on that part. Tomorrow you can go to your church and do the spiritual part of that other part. So that's important. All right. If you have shared this, please type share in the comments. If you have shared this, type shared in the comment. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay. There is a scripture that guided the need for me to do this. And I usually do this on personal level. As a matter of fact, I do this on a monthly basis, which is simply to seek the divine direction for a new beginning, say beginning of a month, beginning of a year. Okay, this month's about to begin. What is the divine direction I'm supposed to go? What kind of businesses should I pay attention to? What kind of opportunities should I pay attention to? Where should I go? Should I even travel? Should I remain where I am? What is the direction that God wants me to follow for the year? It is very important. And why is this? Is because of a scripture in Luke chapter 9, verse 51. I'm just going to paraphrase it. Luke 9:51, for those of you who know the Bible, the Bible says, and when it was time that Jesus would be taken up, he set his face towards Jerusalem, and he sent his disciples ahead of him to prepare a place. Now, where did he set his face towards? Jerusalem. All right? His face towards Jerusalem. And then he sent his disciples towards his face, which is where? Towards Jerusalem. But the disciples, when they left, went into a village of Samaritans, which is not Jerusalem, which is not where his face was set to go. And the result of that detour was that people were hostile to them. People didn't receive them, they didn't welcome them, they didn't do good by them. All right, they were hostile to them. And they came back to Jesus angrily and said, one of them even said, like Elijah, let us call down fire to burn these people. How dare they? How can we sell market to them and they didn't want to buy? How can we do this and it's not working? How can we ask this and they're not answering us? And that's all happened because they went against where the face of their sender was set. Now, a chapter later, he called 70 disciples and sent them again towards his face again. And these 70 went exactly where he sent them to go. And it was recorded according to chapter 10, verse 17. That's just the next chapter after chapter 9. It said that everybody paid attention to them. People were nice to them. They got all the things they wanted. And they returned back to him happy and said, "Oh my goodness, this outing we went was the best ever." Do you know why? He said, even the devils were subject to us. Even the devil listened to us. Even principalities and powers, people that control everything physical, they were subject to us. So, all the breakthrough of life, financial, relational, business breakthrough, health breakthrough, even spiritual breakthrough, all of them are tied to your ability to walk in line with where the face of the Lord is set. And this is why we pray. This is why we seek. This is why we find out what is the direction I should follow for this new phase of my life that I'm going into, for this new year that I'm going into. What is the direction of your face? Because when I know it, things becomes easier. I mean, when I do one, I get 10. Mm. So that is the kind of life you want to live in 2026 and beyond, a life that builds a culture around finding out what direction is the spiritual atmosphere for that new season you are going into. See, 2021 is the same as 2022. 2023 is the same as 2022. 2024 is the same as 2023. 2025 is the same as 2024. The only thing that changed is what you do in those years. What other people do in those years is what changes the year. The year is just day and night. Nothing really changes on the planet about any year. All right. If there are any change, it's a cycle. It's very negligible. But our experiences in each of these years will differ based on the actions we take as human. Do you understand? So that is what changes the experiences we have in any year. So in 2026, some of you are going to make $1 million. Some of you are going to make $10 million. Some people will make $20 million. You may never have touched $10,000 before, but what is going to make those millions of dollars come to you are the things you decide to do. So it is very important that doing is great, and that's what changes things, but doing in the right direction is greater. Hello. Doing, showing workings, acting, doing stuff is great. But doing it in the right direction is the perfect thing to do, is the best. So you have to get some form of directions that guide you in the things that you do. So when I do this business prophetic sections at the beginning of the year or end of a year going into the new year, this is me sharing with my community, which is you guys, the things that I have picked up in the spirit about the focus for the new year. All right. And my ability to know these things and walk in line is what makes the year soft for me. So you get it now. All right. So that's the foundation of what we are doing. And in the next few minutes, all I want to do is to share a few of those directional instructions with you so that you can pay attention to it and be able to have the best year so far in 2026. Listen to me. You can sleep on the 31st night broke and wake up on the 1st a billionaire. It is very possible. It has happened before. And I usually say this. I study physics, by the way, so I know a little bit about the laws of physics. When we're talking about a concept called reality or dimensions, and you get to a certain level where the laws of physics begins to change, you get to some certain dimensions where you're talking about the reality of alternate universes, which means there are infinite possibilities that exist for every point in time. All right, across the different universes, whatever your mind can think is a possibility. All right. In an alternate universe, some of you are American president. In an alternate universe, you are a billionaire. In an alternate universe, right now, I'm wearing a red suit and I'm doing this exact class. So, whatever your mind can think of actually exists, but not in your current reality. It's in a different alternate reality. So, all we do in life is when we have a desire, our desires are valid. Oh. Whatever you desire, whatever you want, all right, is already possible, is already happening in a different reality. So, all we do is most of us attract experiences from a different reality into our own personal reality. So, what does this mean? Everything that's going to happen in all the 365 days in 2026 already is happening. As a matter of fact, let me say it this way, has already happened. All right. But what you want is you want to select the best part of those possibilities and live in those best parts. Do you get it? You want to pull the best parts of those possibilities and you want that to become your own personal reality in this current existence that you have. So, in your business, there are things you want to happen, and it will happen because you will pull it to come to your personal current reality. In your finance, there are things that need to happen. You will pull it and bring it to come to pass in your current reality. So that is the entire job that you and I have when it comes to building the kind of life we desire for the new year. And everything actually works around our ability to understand what direction we should follow. It is very important. So I'm going to be sharing some stuff with you that I want you to pay attention to and be able to walk through it. Oh my goodness. Interestingly, as at the time I started this section, I only have just one prophetic direction. Just one. But I have a feeling that before we are done, more of them are going to come and I'm going to share them with you. All right, so are we ready? Oh my goodness. All right, welcome. I would like to start by talking about a story. And the story is about a man who went into debt. He borrowed some money for some people because he had children and he had a very good wife. And when he borrowed this money, he was trying to pay back, doing his best to pay back the money. But for some weird reasons, his life was cut short. He passed. Unfortunately, his wife wasn't working, and then they have children. And somehow, the people that he was owing, when they found out that he had passed, they got really angry. They were like, okay, there's no other way to get our money back other than to come and take the children of this man and convert them to slaves, which means they're just going to work on their plantation for a certain number of years. The wages that they could collect in those number of years will be equal to the amount that the man was owing them. So they wrote a letter and sent to this woman and said, sorry about your husband, but your husband was owing us X amount of money. And because your husband is owing us this amount of money, we are going to be taking your children for the payments. And we are coming on XYZ day. So two options. You either have this amount your husband is owing us, or we're going to come take your kids. And the woman became afraid. She started to cry and she was wondering what she was going to do. They are very poor. She didn't have any job. She was just keeping the house, taking care of the children. The husband was the one working, and the husband was actually a pastor. So the woman thought, what can I do? So he went to the GO of their church and said, oh, GO, I am Mrs. So and so. My husband, while he was alive, was one of your pastors. He served very well and he was a good man. And now he's passed and he's owing a lot of people money. And those people just sent a letter. This is the letter. They said they are coming to take my children to become slaves, working for them for several years in order to pay back what my husband was owing them. Please, I need your help. And the big pastor that she went to was wondering, where am I going to get money from? Mary, how money? I don't know how to help you. How am I going to help you? I don't know. Woman, what can I do? How do, like the man of God was confused. How am I going to help this woman? Don't have money myself. What can I do? I can't fight. I can't go and tell those people, you know what, to get the, what can I do? So the pastor, while he was wondering what to do to help the woman, he spoke a word prophetically. And he asked a question. And he said to that woman, what do you have? And the woman was shocked, like, what do I have? I have this letter that they are coming to get my children. That's what I have. I just told you that we are owing, we don't have money, my husband is dead, I didn't have any job, I didn't have nothing, and you're asking me what do I have? Am I supposed to have something? I don't have anything. The only thing we have is a bottle of oil. They don't even have food at home anymore. Just a bottle of oil. And the pastor said, okay, that would do. And I was like, how you mean, what are we going to do with the oil? He said, all right, you know what you're going to do? Just go back home and do one assignment. And that assignment is go and look for empty containers, as many as you can find. If you cannot find them lying around, go to your neighbors, everybody, your enemies. Borrow as many empty containers as you can find, plastic containers, ceramic containers, any kind of container you can find. Just borrow as many of them as possible. Make sure there are plenty. And when you get all these containers, pack everything inside your house, in your room or the sitting room, the bigger part of the house, with your sons, and lock the door. Then after you have done that, the next step is to take that bottle of oil you have left and start to pour it into those empty containers one after the other. He didn't tell her, they didn't tell her what was going to happen. He said, when you are done pouring them, you go and sell them. And the money you make from the selling, pay all the debt your husband was owing, and then build a business and make a living with what is left. The woman looked at the pastor, said, you must think I'm crazy. I came here for money. You're telling me to what? Said, madam, would you just, you came to me for help and now I'm giving you a solution. Go and do it first. And a lot of people do this a lot of times. They do not, they do not carry out the instructions that they are given for two reasons. One, either the instruction is familiar, or number two, it does not make sense to them. But there is power in carrying out an instruction, not in familiarity with an instruction or knowing an instruction. That is not where the power is. Real power is in carrying out an instruction. What did I say? Real power is in carrying out an instruction. So the power of all that I am saying is not in what I'm saying. It's in who carried out the instructions that have been given. Those who are going to come here in the 6th edition of the Business and Finance Prophetic Night at the end of 2026 and be like, oh my goodness, everything came to pass, are not people who just heard and say, oh yeah, school. There are people who heard and went to town carrying out the instruction. So after this, the woman left the pastor grudgingly and, of course, called all her sons and then start sending them to different houses to, you have any container you're not using, please give us. So they gathered a lot of container, get wheelbarrow, wheeled everything into their house, and they locked the door. And they started to pour that oil into the containers. They started to pour it into the containers. And after a while, they discovered that the entire container they had were all filled up with oil. As they were pouring, they were covering. And after the entire container was filled up, the woman actually said, James, bring one more. I said, Mama, there is no more. And then the oil from the original container stopped flowing. And they were shocked. What just happened? How did it happen? Wow, this is great. So they ran back to the pastor. Hey, it has happened though, just as you predicted. We have poured the oil and everything, and look at what is happening. Oh my goodness, yay, yak. And pastor said, well, I told you what to do. Go and sell the rest. Go and sell and live on the rest. And the woman paid all the debt the husband was owing. And of course, they lived happily ever after, according to the story. Now, that lesson is in 2 Kings chapter 4, in the Bible, in case you are familiar with the Bible. Somebody says, please, sir, summarize the story, go straight to the point. I'm sorry, I cannot summarize. Oh. You will have to probably come back and watch it in speed. Okay. So allow me to flow the way my spirit is allowing me to flow. Thank you very much for your understanding, too. Now, what are the lessons from this story? Number one, life will throw at you things you did not prepare for. Okay? This happens to everybody. It happens to the big, the small, the high, the low. It happens to everybody. We all get hit by things we were not prepared for. And it happens at every level. Okay? The fact that you have money and fame does not exempt you from challenges that may be beyond what you can carry. An example that is very easy is, I think it was yesterday, the world champion Anthony Joshua had an accident, quite terrible thing. He lost two friends and he himself. The accident did not say, oh, this is AJ, you know. He's known all over the world. He has money. He has fame. He's good looking. He didn't say that. It still happened to him. So there is nobody on this earth that cannot have something they didn't plan for happen to them. So in this case of this woman, the breadwinner died. All right. So something that we did not plan for can happen. So when it happens and we need to solve our problems, what then do we do? So this woman shouted for help. Losing her husband was one thing. The new low was the fact that the husband was owing, and these people were not willing to forgive the death and say, oh, he's dead now, so we forgive him whatever he's owing us. No. They insisted that the wife had to pay. And if the wife did not pay, they were going to take the only thing left for the woman, which are children. If you know anything, don't take the children of a woman. It's the craziest thing. So the woman cried out for help and went to the prophet. And the prophet asked the most significant question. He said, what do you have? And the woman gave 2-in-1 answers. Answer number one, the woman said, I have nothing. I have nothing. The situation the woman was in, all right, which is the situation of lack, below average, owing, debt, threats, fear, was characterized by a definition of our image, of ourself. And that definition is, I have nothing. As long as you believe and you say that you have nothing, the symptoms of that belief are the things that you do not like, the lack, the shame, all of those things and their cousins. They are the symptoms or the consequence of the choice of word, I have nothing. If you have nothing, what then would you use in exchange for the things you want? You cannot allow yourself to be in a place where you have nothing. Are you listening to me? If you have been telling yourself you have nothing, you will not do anything great. Anything great you see in life were not done because the people who did them had something. Lord, I'm speaking to myself. They were not done because the people who did them had everything. Long enough, you have thought that the only reason you should do this project because you have the money for it, or you think that the people who do big projects or do things or start big business or run things did it because they have the money for it. That's why they did it. No, 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 it was not. It was because they believed they could do it first. Most of the times, they don't even have the money to do it. All they have is idea and that boldness to go and start, as you're going to see from this story of this woman later. So it is not the fact that you have it all that is going to make you do things. So if this is a prophetic word for you, because I know it's a word for me, I'm coming back to watch this video for myself because I'm saying this to myself. All the great things you want to do is not a function of what you have at the beginning. It's a function of you taking the step to start from where you are. Because as you start, the resources to finish it to begin to show up. The ideas to get the resources that will finish the big project is going to begin to show up. So your bank balance does not define your capacity in the things you can build. What decide your capacity is what is between your ears, your brain. That is your real capacity, because that is where ideas are cooked and ideas rule everything, because everything in life was an idea. And you have infinite idea between your ears. So as long as your mind remains intact, whatever project you want, start. Start, draw, do whatever it is you can do from where you are, and watch as resources show up. Ideas that will generate the resources, watch as it shows up, and then you get the stuff done. If you try to do only things you have full resources for, you will never do anything big in this life. I don't care if the investment is 1 billion. Maybe you have the 1 billion. So it's useless. To your size, it has to be bigger than what you have. Even countries borrow money to do projects. Who are you? That you must have all the money first before you do something. Are you learning something, ladies and gentlemen? So don't let your lack of resources define your position. The woman said, I have nothing. But a jar of oil. But a jar of oil. While you acknowledge your physical capacity, your current position, you must be able to create your own clever bots. Because it is your ability to create your clever bot that pushes you to look beyond your bank balance. Some of you may not have cash, but you have relationships that are wealthy. The relationships in your life are so juicy that all you need to do is to call out and say, hey, I got this project, who's interested in getting it done? And you will be shocked the kind of contributions of resources that will come to you. So the woman said, but a jar of oil. And that jar of oil, the prophet said, that will be enough. That is enough. And the woman must be wondering, how on earth is a jar of oil that's not even enough for us to cook a full meal is going to be the answer to my problem? How you think of what you have is what determines what you make with what you have. How you think of what you have is what determines what you make from what you have. If you have a business right now, how you think of your business is what determines the volume of cash flow that happens in that business. How you think of your skill is what determines how much people are willing to pay you for your skill. How you think of what you have is what determines how much you can make from what you have. If you think what you have is worthless, you will make worthless income from it. That's number 2. Write it down. How you think of what you have is what determines what you make from that thing that you have. So the woman didn't think the oil was a big deal. So the oil never did anything until she was given an instruction. And then she went further to carry out that instruction. So, number one, I don't have anything. Number two, but a jar of oil. Okay? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? There are three spaces in 2026, 2027, and 2100. There are three places. The first place is called location, and it is the most important part of these three places, but it is the least desirable. The second place is called the desired destination. It is what we all chase, but it is really an illusion. But for now, it is what we all want. If I ask almost anybody on this call right now that if you are given, say, $10 million, would you still work in 2026? Most people will say, no, that's all. I'll just be enjoying and all. What they may not realize, and it's not their fault, most times people have to get into something to realize the lessons that experience really teaches. When the wisest man that ever lived, Solomon, said, vanity upon vanity, everything is vanity. What does it mean, really? A lot of people say, oh, because it's vanity, then no. What it simply means is achieving a goal is useless. What is sweet is the thrill of achieving. That's the process between the start and the end. That is the fulfillment. When you achieve something, is lonely. You wonder why Ashake sang lonely. I did talk bang 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 bang. When you achieve what you want to achieve, is lonely. It will shock and freak you for a while, but you get lonely. You wonder why some people have a lot of money and still commit suicide, and they're still depressed. They still have mental health issues, all kinds of funny things. Things that you don't even hear poor people have. Yeah, they just slum and die and stuff. No. It's because they have achieved everything they wanted. There is no more drive. There is no more uncertainty. There is no more push. So, but then I'm not going to pray the prayer that, hey, God will allow you to achieve all so that you experience it yourself. And then you better create something bigger for yourself. If not, you might buy. How do I mean? There was this rich man that did a harvest, had so much. And he said, I don't need to do nothing anymore. I'll just tell my soul, relax and be enjoying for the rest of your life. And they said, a voice came to you and said, tonight we'll request your soul from you. Simple as that. So it's just a simple principle of life. What keeps people alive or makes life have meaning is the drive. And that drive comes with chasing a goal. When you achieve a goal, you just get one fulfillment feeling. And then you better know the next thing you want to do. If not, you don't want to be in that place. All right. So it is very important that we understand these key areas of our lives. So the first place is your location. The second one is the desired destination or your goal, what you want to achieve. And then the third place is the process. The process. So the most important part is the process. All right. The most important part is the process. So there are three places. Now, for this woman, her current place is defined by I have nothing. But that is incomplete. Thank God she found out that it didn't stop at I have nothing. Many people let I have nothing ruin them. I did that in 2025. You probably did that in 2025. You define what you could do by what you have or do not have. And you tell yourself, I can't afford this. I don't have capacity for this. There's no resources for this. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. I cannot. So you dwelt on the negative side. While it might be true, it is not a complete truth. Because according to the woman, she said, but a jar of oil. So you may not have nothing. But what is your own jar of oil? So your ability to recognize these two things, what you lack and what you have, is your first step, which is your location. And until we know this, there is no destination. We're not getting there because we don't know the process. We're not going to even be able to go through the process. That's why many people find themselves in wilderness. They're taking wilderness journey. That is a journey that is not charted. They don't know where they are. They don't know where they are going. They just know they have a desire. They just know, oh, I'm going to Dubai, but you are walking towards South Africa. Excuse you, you are never going to get there. And some people confuse progress with movements. That you are moving or you are doing activity, no, now. So you can't get to desired destination and you can't follow the right process except you are clear about your current location. Your current location has two things. People make mistake by dwelling on one, which is what they lack. Are you following me, guys? It's not about what you lack alone. You must also know what you have. So the woman said, but I have a jar of oil. I said, aha. So now you have identified what you have. The next thing is let's go on a process. So let's do a simple exercise. Please, we have about 24 hours plus left in this year 2025. I don't want you to please let the year end without you being very clear on paper about your current location. What do you have that can be improved to become something of an economic value? What skill do you have? Skills. What relationships do you have? Who have your contacts on their phones? And whose contact do you have on your phone? Okay? What level of knowledge do you have? What do you know? And interestingly, what have you done so far? What have you done so far? Through your skills, through your certifications, through the businesses you've built, write all those things down. You need to know exactly where you are. Who are you even owing? How much? I'm owing a lot of people. I'm owing individually, I'm owing businesses. Personally, I'm owing a few people, but by business, I'm owing a lot of people, including my banks. So I need to write it down. Who am I owing? How much? Yes, I need to know where I am. Because Google Map cannot take you to that destination if it doesn't know your current location. I hope you know. The most important thing in Google Map is not the destination. The most important thing is it needs to know your starting point. Because without the starting point, the process will not appear. It's easy to know the destination. Anybody can dream. Do you know that most people who are not on this call today, by tomorrow, 1st of January or so, they are going to be like, New year, new me, and I'm going to do that. They are setting goals. It's stupid destination. You're just setting stupid goals. There is no process. Why? Because there is no clarity about your location. Hi. Am I telling the truth? Am I speaking your mind? So you have tried. How many times have you said goals? You just ramble, try all kinds of things. You didn't even get anywhere close to that goal. The goal was clear. So it is not goal setting clarity class you need. First of all, that's easy. Just desire something. What you need is your current situation clarity class. That's what you need. You need someone to guide you to know what you lack and what you currently have, and for you not to belittle what you have. So that is the most important thing in 2026. The most important thing is the clarity of your current location. Stop lying to yourself about. You had glory yesterday. You are no longer millionaire mentor. Speak out to yourself first. Say, Oga, hold it. Yeah, I know everybody think I'm not million anything. I'm currently not that guy. But yes, I used to be. Something led me there, so I write it down under the column of what I've done. It's all part of me. So I need clarity about where I am. You know, a speaker like myself will come here and be talking, you make million. A lot of you have not made a million before. And you two are saying, yeah, motivated. There's no million for you, man, because you've not even started. Where are you? You have not. Are you feeling me, guys? So it is very important that we speak to ourselves. What is my current location? There's a story of a guy. He was the second son of a very wealthy man. Crazy guy. Told his father, I'm tired of staying here. I want to go to a new city and I need you to give me whatever I'm worth in your will. And he persisted and pressured his father, and his father willed everything to him. He liquidated the entire assets, pumped it into his credit card, and took a private jet charter, went to another country. He enjoyed his life so much. He finished spending the money. He started borrowing from people that he spent money on. They kept giving him until all of them started avoiding him. And eventually he was homeless. It dawned on him that he was homeless one day. He couldn't get to the hotel anymore because he's owing the hotel. And he was on the street. Eventually he had to get a job. The only job he could do, because he never had any skill, was to be a farmer keeping pigs. And he kept doing that, and he was struggling and eating the same food with the pigs until one day he sat down and duplicated himself on another chair. And he came to himself and started to talk to himself. And he was like, you, this boy, how many servants in your father's house has enough food to eat and to spare, and you are here dying of hunger? Stand up now and go back to your father and say, sir, sorry, excuse you, I cannot be your son again, but can I get a job? Because in your organization, people have a lot more to eat and spare. But what happened after? When he went to his father, and the father was like, oh my goodness, my son is back. Please throw a party, get DJ, which one? Is it exclusive or DJ Khalid? And said, DJ Khalid, all I do is win, you know. They threw a party so much the father put a diamond ring on his hand, said, don't worry, you got it. That experience that happened to him, I'm not talking about his older brother, but what happened to him only happened because he sat down and defined a clarity about his current location. Do you get me? So what is keeping you is that you are not clear about where you are. Because when you are clear about where you are, it will influence your process, it will influence the destination. So in 2026, this is the most important assignment. If you have to take a retreat, maybe yours is first, second, third, do it. If you have to do it today, tomorrow, but please Do it on paper, not just thinking, because this class is not solving it all for you. I'm only pointing you on awareness on this prophetic night. I need you to go and write things down. Make a note. All right? What do you have? What skill do you have? What business do you have? What have you achieved? What have you done? What do you know? Who are you owing? What are you owing? How much are you owing them? What do you lack? All of these things, write them down. Okay? So that helps you to know exactly where you are. What are the income generating skills you have? What are the income generating businesses you have? Who do you know? Your relationships. I almost forgot that. That's very important. Your relationships, very, very powerful. Okay. So once you know all of these things, then you're ready to go, which is what the man of God told the woman. And then the woman went and began to do the next step, which is the process. And the process is about borrowing of empty containers. Borrowing of empty containers. Empty containers give you capacity for expansion. All right. Borrowing containers gives you capacity for expansion because you want to expand. The little you have wants to become big. All the things you want to achieve needs to become massive. Your business needs to grow. So you have to learn from other people's experiences. Do you get me? You're not borrowing other people's life because the containers are empty. You are borrowing other people's experiences. So seeking knowledge is your second most important assignment after clarity about where you are currently. You need to go on a fact-finding adventure, knowledge-seeking adventure. This year, you must invest in courses, access more than any other year. Are you listening? You have to invest in knowledge. Let me ask you a question. In 2025, how much did you invest in knowledge? Give me an estimate in the chat, please, if you can. Give me an estimate in the chat. Some of you invested more in food than knowledge. You see why you are broke? What you spent on food for yourself, I'm not even talking about other people. What you spent to chop food is bigger than what you invested in knowledge, in learning new things, in learning from experienced people who have done what you want to do. A lot of you look at some people and say, I don't like his face, so I'm not. It's not his face. What concerns you with his face? It's the knowledge of what he has experienced that you want to add to your own now. Do you think when the woman and her son are going around to get container, say this container is dirty, they say bring it, maybe it's empty, bring the dirty container, we'll wash it, we'll use it like that. Somebody say over 500K on knowledge, fantastic. Someone say 350K, fantastic. Someone say 100K, fantastic. I'm guessing these are Nigerian nairas, all right? So that's what some people, I'm sure there's somebody looking at these numbers people are typing, say, you spend 100K on knowledge, 500K on, some of them have not spent 5K. The only course they bought for 5K, they wahala, the course creator, they call him scam, they call him stupid, they call him only, they ask for refund. Only 5K. Where a man's heart is, that is where his treasure will be. Where a man's treasure is, that's where his heart is. Do you understand? So where you put the little money you have into, this is Jordan. Jordan is a young man. I'm not sure how old Jordan is. Probably in the early 20s or late 18s. He has been paying for things, paying almost all the creators that teaches something meaningful in Nigeria. This boy has paid for their stuff. He's gathering knowledge. He didn't have a lot of money yet, but I bet you none of his mates that are his friends knows as much as he knows. All he needs is the next set of things I'm going to talk about, which will make him radiate his difference. Because don't borrow. A lot of you are borrow vessel. Your room is filled up with empty vessel, but you have never for once carried oil and start pouring. Because the process is longer. The process, listen, the borrowed vessel, they pour the borrowed vessel, they lock the door, they pour the oil, all right, and they went to sell before they get money to live lavishly. So you see the processes, and I'm going to touch all of them. All right, somebody has spent 700K. Fantastic. Yeah, Jordan is 24. I didn't know you are old, small. Hey, I usually think you. Okay, somebody. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, David, for being sincere. Only 11,500 is what you invested in. Is not. Some of you, since the day you graduated from school, you stopped learning. You are in trouble, man. You are in big trouble. You stop learning. You gotten your BSc or MSc and say bye bye to. You are not learning anything anymore. So investing in knowledge is your number one assignment this new year. Please, I beg you. I'm speaking this prophetically to you. Please record this, write it down, whatever you have to do. The kind of life you will have in 2026 and 2027 and beyond is a function of the knowledge you've acquired. There is something about your unique touch. Because I have one prophetic direction for the year and I'm going to get into it. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about. You don't want to miss that prophetic direction. But I'm speaking individually to people right now. I beg you, knowledge is not a waste and it is never enough. Remember, the prophet said to that woman, don't borrow few vessels. Don't gather few knowledge. Don't learn small. Borrow as many as your house can contain. So invest in knowledge. Very important. Invest in knowledge. Most important instruction. First thing, that's like your major stuff. You do it all through the year. Every opportunity you got, be clear about what can I learn from this person. This person's experience, this person's knowledge. I will pay. Starve yourself if you have to, because when you look at how much you spent on food in 2025, you should be ashamed of yourself. You must outspend in knowledge than food. That's why some of you are big for nothing. You're not big in bank account. You're just big in flesh. You're adding flesh and blood. May God have mercy on you. It's because of food. There's one boy in my house in Lagos. It's food that he likes. Food. Food is one. You guys, there's a guy that is very dear to me. Amazing guy. He went into real estate some years ago. He made some money and I used to see his post and stuff. So about a year or two later, I've not been hearing from him. It just crossed my mind I think this was 2 years ago. So I called him 2 years ago. I was like, guy, how are you? Your number is still going. It's been a while. Are you still in Africa? Where are you now? What are you doing? Everything. And the guy said, sir, it's not easy. Oh. I said, what happened? He said, he made a lot of money, but he's so broke right now. He's in debt. What happened to you? He said, a woman, oh, I carry woman. A woman ruined it. I don't want to laugh. But as he was saying, it was funny. Some of you guys, now woman, you they carry. You are mad. I don't care your age. Can be 50, can be. You're not well. Stop it. Just this 2026, I beg you. Set a standard for yourself. Say, I will only carry one woman every time I make $10,000. So as that congee they owe you, use that congee to work hard. And when you eat your 10,000, carry one. After that one, go for another 10,000. No, use the entire 10,000 for the woman. No, just give the $100. Keep the rest into your life. And then go again. I beg you. Okay? So get that very clearly. So borrow vessel, gather knowledge. And after you have borrowed, the next thing is to lock the door. Nobody told the woman to carry the vessel they borrowed, cleaned it, and start to sell the vessels. Hello? That's not what she did. A lot of you, once you learn something, the next thing you set ring lights. Thought leader, personal brand, you want to teach. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk to you about 3 things you need to do in the year 2026. You need to know where you are, where you are going, and the process and all that. And people be like, hey, he's making sense, but you are broke. Really? Did they say you to go sell the empty? Hey, that's not what brings money. You got to pour the oil inside first. Then that vessel become filled with oil. Then it becomes a marketable value that will be paid for. Do you understand? So this is a table of a lot of people thought leaders, and then they just want to teach content. Yeah, it's great. They have their place. But don't lead with that. You got to pour substance. Some people are going for people who are gymming, okay? It says 6 packs are not 6 cars. All right? I used to know a lady that even her friends call her ugly, and she kind of accepted that she was ugly, but she did something about herself. She changed her financial situation. She became a global businesswoman, making millions of dollars. She's a Nigerian. And all of a sudden, within a space of 5 to 7 years, number one, all her friends came to bow to her. She started helping all of them. She was helping them and all that. And how did I know this lady has glowed up like mad? Most guys that were big guys, everything, all of them came to because they know I used to know her. And were asking me for about her, like this is the love of their life. That they are saying, hey, even this girl, wow. Yeah. So, are you getting the process? You pour the oil in the empty container before it is now ready to convert to cash. So what does this mean? You need to pour your experiences into the knowledge you are gaining. First, internalize them. For some of them, practice them. Get results with them. Proof that they work for you. Look at those knowledge. How does it apply to me? All the things I'm teaching right now applies to all of you in a different way. How it applies to me is different from how it applies to you. How does it apply to you? Don't just carry that knowledge empty like that and try to run to market with it. Do this reflection thingy. It has to be every night. Are you with me? The best time to sleep is proven to be between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. Wake up after, if you can, please try, if it's possible for you, try to sleep between that 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. And when you wake up, look at that's the time to meditate. Meditation is thinking about knowledge, thinking about an information, reflecting about an information. Start to think with your pen and paper about the knowledge you have and your personal life and experience, and how do they marry themselves? How do they connect? Make notes. How does this change my business? How can I get more clients based on this thing that I've learned? How does my business? Start to ask yourself those questions and be writing it down. try that. Maybe 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. At a point in my life, which I'm going to try and do those kind of things again in 2026 because I have to. I was doing 5 hours per day. 5 hours per day. Mostly in the night because I hardly sleep at night anyways. 5 hours every day. I stayed with a friend for about a week, and the friend looked at me and said, I've never seen anybody that works like you. Like, you have come, you set table, you always on table, who you talking? Are you doing Yahoo? I said, yes, now that's where I'm getting the money from. I'm doing my Yahoo. That's the thing. Like, I'm always working. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to fine tune what I know. I'm trying to make it better. I want to become marketable. I want to become sellable. I want to be able to add value that is important to people so that when they give me value, which is money that I'm collecting from them, it is important. All right. So please add your own personality to the knowledge that you're getting, and the outcome of that process is what creates a product you can sell. It's what creates the product you can sell. So either it comes in a physical product or a digital product or an online business or a service. That's what creates it. All right. So, and you can actually impute that into the things that you want to do, and it's really, really going to help you. Okay. So the first time I tried the 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. sleep, I woke up so energized. I woke up so refreshed. I heard it somewhere. I can't really remember if I would have quoted the source, but I've tried it. Even though I don't always have the chance to do it, but when I have the chance to do it, I try. You don't have to sleep all through, but in between those hours, try and take some nap. If you can sleep throughout it from 9, wake up by 2 a.m., do it. Do it for a few days and just see what happens to you. Your brain is clear, everything. There's some, forget the mumbo jumbo. Just try it and see the miracle of the Lord. So, the woman poured the oil. The container became filled up with the oil. They packaged it and they went to sell it. So, when you have done all of these processes, how you get income to you is when you now exchange it. This is where visibility comes in, because ability to sell is tied to not just visibility, but listen to this, consistent visibility. I can close the service now if I want to because of what I just said. It is not just visibility, it is consistent visibility. Dion, it is not about running ads for 3 days. You know from your experience in running ads, the longer the campaign stays, the higher the ROI becomes. The longer the campaign stays, the higher the ROI becomes. Apart from the fact that Meta now learns a lot about the campaign, about the people you're trying to reach and everything, and it starts to drop the cost per result, and then you're able to begin to get quality people. So if you are really interested in running a campaign that's going to make a lot of sense, you have to run it for 3 months. Then you know what works and what doesn't work, and then you'll be able to get the stuff done. So it is not just I ran out for one day. Like one of my boys ran out to Kenya for one day. He made only one sale, lost 100K in the ad, and he ran away. So he's not doing it again. Oh. And they have not learned yet now. The people will not just see you ad in one day and start dropping money. They might need to see that face over and over and over and over. You wonder why, if you run ad with my face in Nigeria, you get more sales. If you do in Cameroon, you get some slight more. If in Ghana, because those people have been seeing my face since 2020. In Nigeria, they've been seeing my face since 2019. They have been seeing my face since 2019 over and over and over and over. So they say, this guy, okay, let me listen. What was he selling today? Oh, I've always wanted to buy something from this guy. Let me try this time around. And that's how they buy. But you carry my face now, go to a country I've never run ads, don't know me, and you expect to make money immediately. No, sometimes when you're running ads, you need to prepare to do what they call brand marketing. Say, this money, we are not expecting to make any sale. We just want to reach people. We want 1 million people to see this ad. We want 100,000 of them to engage it. So we are putting $100,000 into this ad. We are not expecting sale from this. So when we are now ready to sell, we will retarget those exact 1 million people. They are now seeing us for the 10th, 20th, 11th, because people need 11 different touch points before they buy stuff from you. So how can one person see your ads 11 times in one day and you expect them to buy? Make it make sense now. Dion, are you here? Make it make sense. If you're wondering who Dion is, he's the head of media buying for my team. So he's in charge of everything. So I'm giving him prophecy for 2026. All right. So they have to see you 11 times. So if you can achieve that 11 times in 11 days, which all of them will not see you every day, it might take a month, 2 months, 3 months for it to work. So you got to keep on running that stuff to them until the 11th time. I'm comfortable. Let me even hear what this guy is saying. Oh, it's making sense. Why haven't I bought these things? Oh, yeah, take my money. So it is not visibility, it is consistent visibility. Write it down. Write consistent in capital letter, then visibility in small letter. The V in capital letter, but the visibility in small letter. So that it will be clear to you. It's consistent visibility. This is why MTN still does billboards. Even Google still does ads. And they advertise Google themselves. YouTube still advertise YouTube. They don't say we are big. Everybody knows us. Yeah, they got to always do it. They got to always do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to jump ahead of myself. I'm not supposed to talk about this thing because this is supposed to be between me and Dion and his team. But I just created something interesting today. And I'm going to be using this to... Will I be able to show you this thing? I just wanted to show you what I did. Let me see if I can refresh my screen and show you. Let me see if this is working. Okay, so it's working, I think. So I can actually show you this. So I'm just building this system. Okay. I'm sure you all can see my screen. This is still under construction. This is Sam Harvard CRM system. Okay. This is CRM system. What does this mean? I want to put all the lead that I'm generating every day into one place. You can see total contacts. This is the first card. I'm just building this, so it's not live yet. This is total contacts. That's the total number of contacts that I have access to. This is new today. Number of people that join my contacts today. This is this week. Number of people that join my contact this week. This is this month. Number of people that join my contact this month. These are the number of email lists I have. Different email lists. These are the number of broadcasts I have sent. These are the number of people that open my broadcasts. These are the number of people that clicked on whatever link I put inside my stuff. And then I have a graph that shows me all my lead growth over time. All right. And then I have sources where my leads came from, lists that I have, everything. I have my recent activities here. I'm just building this myself. I have list of my contacts. You see, there's no contact yet. It's still brand new. I'm still working on it today. I have my email list. I've not created any lists. It's still empty. I have broadcasts. I've not created any broadcast. I'm going to be able to create it. What about automation? Different. This is a test data. So don't ignore whatever you are seeing. So this one is a test data. It's not in there yet. Okay. And then I have the landing page builder, which is what I'm just creating now. So this one has different templates. I might not even able to see the template. So anyways, I'm going to be able to create lead magnet, webinar, wait lists, course, all kinds of stuff just for lead generation. I have my analytics here where I'm going to be able to analyze everything that I'm doing. Ladies and gentlemen, what am I trying to do? Every day, somebody new must join my email list. Every day. And my goal is, I'm going to add this later, number of people who unsubscribe. I must have more people joining than people leaving. And all my email list must receive an email from me minimum 3 times a week. Once a week, they must get hot offers, things that they can buy through me or from me. So if I find you selling something and it's a good deal, I will bargain with you and then email my people who may need that thing and help you sell. But it's not about you, it's about my lists because I'm bringing a good deal to them. When they know that I always send good deals their way, they will be pushed to want to open my mail. Of course, it's Monday, it's called it Hot Monday deal. All right. They will be looking forward to my Hot Monday deal for next month. It could be a house that I'm going to show them next Monday. It could be a new restaurant in Lagos. So all my lists were in Lagos. I'm going to talk about that restaurant. It could be an opportunity to get a cheap flight to London. So I'm going to put that. It could be a course I just create that can teach them one thing. I'm going to do that every Monday. Now, every other 2 days minimum, they are going to learn something they can apply on their journey from me. As I'm talking now, all of you want to join my email list. True of us. If you want to join my email list, type mail. You see, that's what I want to do. That is what I want to do. And it's not yet 2026, but I'm starting that already. This stuff is going to go live tonight or tomorrow morning. Now, Dion and team are going to set up campaign that I will be putting as much as I have into that is running. I'm not selling anything to the people on this campaign. I just want my email list to keep growing. So I'm going to create lead magnets that will attract these people to come and join the email list. And I'm giving them value and selling to them also. They are going to know from the beginning. See, every Monday I go, they sell you of hot deals. Just be checking it. You never can tell. The next best deal in your life may come on my Hot Monday deal. Just take it. All right, just take it. So that way, I'm selling to them with their permission. The one that you can buy, you will buy. The one you cannot buy, you pass. Maybe tomorrow you you will get it. If it's a software that is helping people in their business and stuff, so my people needs to see this. Guys, I saw this, and this, and this, and I secured the best deal for you. This is the code. You put this code, you get this and this and that. Oh, I just ran into one man selling one property at one place. You want to get it? This is the link. Click here to get a talk. Mention that it's from Sam Harvard. They're going to get you the best deal for the house. All right. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. Why am I going into all of this? It is consistent visibility, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It is consistent visibility. You showed up small and stopped. You showed up small and stop. You got to show up often. Okay? So please keep that in mind. Consistent visibility. Consistent visibility. It is not just once, it is constantly. Okay? So it is very important. So let's talk about 2026. Oh my goodness, time has gone. I said I have only one prophetic direction for the year 2026. Shadabalakolo satira baste notukoshkira das indito fratikas keledoske labarundishkuda zima kurinte shuta pregatia. All right, 2026 is the year of AOT. Write it down. AOT is the year of AOT. Write it down. 2026 direction is AOT. 2026 is the year of AOT. It's the year of AOT. What does it mean? You've heard about IoT. You've heard about BOT. So this is AOT, which means AI of things. All right? AI of things. You've heard the Internet of Things. You've heard blockchain of things. This is now AI of things. AI of things. An ex-girlfriend of mine reached out to me today. I think she saw, I posted about prophetic night and she saw it and she was like, prophetic night. Okay, when did you become prophet? I said, what is your own? You are the one that did not value me. The people that value me. Oh, leave me here. So, like, she was just laughing. She was having fun and laughing. So, I was now like, it's been a while I called this girl. Let me even know what is going on with her life. She's a big girl, like, really, really big girl. So I called and she answered. She was laughing on the call. Prophet. I said, but I've always been like that. Now, like, he did not know that I used to do. I said, but it's not prophetic stuff. It's business. And I said, no, what me I saw is prophet. Anyways, after all of that, she was telling me about some of the projects that she wants to do. And the moment she opened her mouth and began to talk about it, I pick up my pen and book. It's always on my table. All right. And then I started to write. And she said that the project that she's going to do in 2026 is not, her problem is not will it work. The problem is she doesn't have capacity for the number of people that are going to make demand for the things that she wants to do. So she's saying that the project has a potential of getting, for example, let's say 500 people per day, and she only has capacity for 10 people per day. And I was listening to her and I began to write. You know, this is us talking on prophetic night day. So I was already, you know, connected. I did charge. So and I said, I am tempted to cut you from what you have explained so far. And I said, have you heard of this thing called AI? I said, yes, now I use ChatGPT a lot. It's really been helpful and all that. I said, yeah. I said, thank God you use ChatGPT because you are better than 99% of people out there because you use ChatGPT. But what I'm about to show you is bigger than ChatGPT. Ladies and gentlemen, after about 30 minutes of conversation with this lady, I showed her how AI could undo her entire project such that, let me just give you this hint. She can now have capacity for 1,000 people per day. Hello? She said she has capacity for 10 people, so she's afraid of how she's going to handle the crowd, the demand. When I was done with her, through AI, I showed her how she could have capacity for 1,000 people per day with AI. Her mind was blown. And why we finished that conversation after the whole call thingy, I was like, oh my God, this is it. How many businesses are out there that are struggling right now? That if only they know AOT for their stuff, they can do 5 times more. They can do 10 times more. They can double. They can do 50% more. They can do 20% more. They can do 30% more. It is mind-blowing. The kind of things that you can do with AI. Some of you are still generating pictures and asking, how do I know she loves me? How do I know he loves me? AI of things. This is the year of it. So acceptance in AI is not about should we use it, should we not use it. It's about who knows how to use it for everything, winning the race. So I don't know, but I hope you don't take this naively, but if it's possible to pay attention to anything that has AI next to it this year, please do. If they say cinema with AI, please pay attention to it. What does that mean? Just get the knowledge, get the information about it, and add it. It's raining right now where I am. Oh, beautiful rain. Stop. Just add it. You need to prioritize AOT this year. Your businesses will blow up if you know how to add AI to it. I was just thinking, if you see the kind of AI stuff that I'm putting into that is my personal CRM. By the way, I'm building it with AI. And I'm putting some incredible AI stuff inside that is going to help me reach out to my own audience so I can add value to them. And then I can also be able to make markets, sell them stuff. There is an incredible thing. Please, I'm recommending something. Our platform is called Nexa. Inside Nexa, there is a course there that I'm currently doing. I've only dropped one module, but I'm going to drop all the modules. It has about 10 modules before the end of January. Please, if that's all you can do for yourself in January, pay for Nexa. Nexa is still 20,000 naira, $15 today. By 1st of January, it's going to be 150,000. And go through that AI consulting course because it's going to show you how to use a consultant mind, but with AI. There are incredible things that can be done with AI that you don't know yet, and it will blow your mind. And it is not about AI tools. There are capacity. I am so sure that there is less than 0.01% of people in Africa who even know a thing about agentic AI. Those who know have only heard or seen. They have never created one or used one. Whereas, right now in Dubai, the traffic cameras are now AI cameras. They are AI agent cameras. Should I blow your mind? Before now, when we're driving in Dubai, we have this app Waze. Some of you will know Waze. I think it's also maybe Google Map has acquired them, but Waze is a phenomenal navigation app. It tells you where speed camera is. It tells you where red light camera is so that you don't do all of those things. Those things are now obsolete. Why? They just launched what they call traffic AI drone. Hey, Calabasa. In Dubai now, if you are driving and you press phone, forget the fact that there's camera anywhere. The AI drone camera is following every car. He catch you, check him. Easy. If you flashlight, oh my goodness. The traffic is now taken over by AI. So it's smart, it's intelligent, it's not in one place. So there's no speed camera, because that's what guys do. What is the benefit of having a Ferrari or Lamborghini where you can rev the daylight out of it? Vroom, vroom, vroom. So there's no camera. Vroom, they will run 180, 200, 210. When the camera is coming, they will now slow down for the speed camera. After they pass it, they will rev again. Fun. If they try it now. So AI of things is 2026. A lot of you will make billions in your local currencies, millions of dollars in 2026 if you just would invest in the knowledge required, pour yourself into it, and become a consultant for AI of things. First for yourself, for the stuff you're doing, and then for everyone around you. People are beginning to plug in. Don't worry, it's still very early. A lot of people have not caught up yet. A lot of people have not caught up yet. There are so many things that can be done. So people who can create solutions that are AI-driven solutions are going to rule in 2026. They are going to rule in 2026. I usually have like 7 trends that I talk about. But this is the only trend I got in my spirit before I came to this program. And if this is everything you can do, you'll be shocked. Your businesses will grow minimum 5 times. Some 10 times, 100 times, depending on the level of business you're doing. Some of you will travel to countries you've never been to before because of this AI of things, AOT. All right. Some of you will talk with governments, powerful people, big organizations because of this AOT. There is a lot to be learned. I'm learning every day. I'm finding out new things. There is a race. A lot of people are still looking at regulation, and some people have begun implementation of AI. So join the train. This is the trend. There's no limitation, like almost anything. What is the AI of this thing? Agriculture. What's the AI of agriculture? Strive Masiyiwa, the founder of Econet, said a prophecy recently, said the new set of billionaires that are going to come out from Africa are going to come out from young people, and they're going to do it through AI of things. He didn't say it that way, but said they're going to do it through AI. Because these are people who are going to be creating solutions for agriculture through AI, solutions for transportation through AI, solutions for different areas of life, healthcare through AI. There is no limit to what AI can do. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever field you are in, what is the AI of that field? AI of things. Everything is AI. A guy was teaching me, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, that they now, for people who, all those of you that watch porn, they now have AI of porn. Like they have enhanced porn people, like, oh goodness. And because of the news, so people are paying more money. So porn people are even making crazy money now with that. Let me shock you. I've seen ads before. People create OnlyFans model with AI, and then they are making millions of dollars from OnlyFans with models that are not real. So there's nothing that you can't find the AI of that thing, including those people. They're also utilizing it. They're also utilizing it. AI of things. So please, I beg you, in 2026, seek knowledge, all right, and internalize it, practice it, then sell it. Okay? Seek knowledge, internalize it. AI is not taking over job. People who use AI are taking over your job. Do you understand? People who use AI are the ones who are going to take over jobs. It is not AI. AI is not taking anybody's job. It's the people who use AI that are going to take over jobs. Almost anything. What is the AI of that thing? Learn, learn, learn. Learn, learn, learn. Don't be left behind. It's not difficult. Fantastic. Fantastic. If you want to reach out to me, please reach out to my Instagram account. Is samavad underscore. Just send me a DM there. I think I'm going to see it. So it's time to do the last thing I do every year. 2026, I'm going to be working with 10 people personally. If you want to be part of those 10 people for direct mentorship, this is one-on-one mentorship, not a group thing. I don't add you to any group. You have access to my direct number on WhatsApp. You can send me a message anytime, and I will look at whatever you're sending, and then we would talk about it together. If you need that guidance, you have to have something you're doing. You have to have something you're doing, and that's what we are going to be multiplying. So you're going to have one call with me every month, one-on-one, and then you have access to asking me questions anytime. You can run anything by me anytime. So the goal is to help you move your income 10 times. Well, it depends on where you are currently and what you are willing to do. So if you want to be part of those 10 people, just 10, at the prophetic nights, I'm giving a discount. I usually do it for $1,000, which is now about 1.45 million or something, but it's only for 1 million naira if you're Nigerian. If you're not a Nigerian, it's still $1,000 in your currency. So if you want to be a part of that, just send me a message on Instagram that you'd like to take the 1 million mentorship. So it's first come, first serve, and the door closes 31st December, which is tomorrow. Which is tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, take it. Send me a message. I'd like to do the one-on-one mentorship thingy. And that's going to be on Instagram. Let me see if I can add this thing here. That should be some Harvard underscore. Yeah. So that is what you would type on Instagram to search for me, and then you find me. Yeah. So go send a DM there. Harvard has double R. There's HAR, then VARD. There are a lot of some Harvard people with my faces and all that. It's not me, but this one is me. And I don't know if this thing is still there. That's 30-something thousand followers and stuff. You would know when you find it, sure. I'm wearing I can't remember what suit I was wearing there. So send a message there if you can. If you can't send a message, just comment to my recent post, as many of them as possible. I have this my picture where I'm smiling like this on a yellow background. that's the one. So just send a DM or comment on some post till I'm able to see you and send you a message, and then you can get that closed. All right, everybody on Nexa, please get ready. 30 days challenge begins on the 1st of January. So you just be able to log in, and then you have access to the guide. So I'm going to be guiding you for 30 days on how to monetize the skills you're learning. We're still adding more stuff to it. It's going to be an incredible year, and I believe that you guys are going to do very well. So this is the end of the meeting. I want to pray for you, and I want to release a grace that separates you from suffering, a grace that separates you from struggle, a grace that makes things happen for you easier, faster, better. My prayer for you this year is that you would always be at the right place at the right time. Every mistakes you make will work out for your good eventually. Just know that every step you take is towards getting you to that beautiful destination. And nothing will stop you. Even you yourself, you'll not be able to stop yourself, because you lose appetite for everything that has been pulling you back. So that is the blessing released unto you this year. You will find it easier than ever to do good things. You'll find it easier than ever to do good things. You will be at the right place at the right time. The biggest gift I can give to you today is a prayer that God will send you the right people. Every time you will have the gift of the right people, good people, right people that will assist you, that will help you. You will have that gift. And this will happen for you. This will happen for you. This will happen for you. There's a lady listening to me that is in a big trouble. Don't worry. I know you don't see a way out, but at the last minute, somebody is going to rise up and help you You know what I'm talking about. At the last minute, it will surprise you. Just wait and wait for it. You will see it. Someone will rise up and help you at the very last minute. You're a lady. The situation is currently hopeless, but don't worry, you won't be ashamed. At that last minute, someone is going to rise and is going to assist you on that thing. It will turn around for your good. Everybody will know this is a miracle. Everybody will know this is a miracle. Just because you are here. Kai. I need to leave you guys right now. I don't want to turn this to this way. All right, guys. Have a lovely evening. Happy New Year to all of you. It's going to be an amazing year. Something we have never experienced before for good. I love you all. God bless you.
Sam Harvard!
It's glitz on the bit.
If there's anything I want you to write down is this. One of the most dangerous things you can do to yourself in today's era is to limit your education to the classroom.